Really congratulating Harambee Stars for that good start. You know, it was very encouraging to see them winning the match, and as a result of that, they earned themselves $1 million. I don't know whether it is $1 million per player or is it?
Per player.
Per player.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's quite encouraging. It motivates them, and I think they will continue doing well. But Fred, I think really we must appreciate that we are one of the countries hosting CHAN. It's a good opportunity for East Africa. And the preparations have taken place. We've seen a number of stadia coming up, and the existing ones being upgraded, which is good for the country. But generally, when you look at the way we've conducted our sports business, all the way from athletics, football, I think really it's like we don't have a serious map plan, what I would call master plan for our sports. Because governments over time have been promising we're going to build more stadia. They even come with the numbers, how many they will do. Like now the Kenya Kwanza had promised quite a number of stadia all over the country. And I can tell you for sure most of them are just stuck at some level. They're not completed. What makes it even worse is that now we have a fund. There is a fund which takes care of sports in addition to other things, which has a lot of resources. And what has happened over time, we've questioned the accountability in terms of use of those resources. Because it was very clear where the money should go, but you realize that at times you get returns and you wonder whether the money should have been used there. So now that we have a fund which takes care of that, I think it will be important that we have a better, we plan well for our sports men and women. The other thing which has been worrying is the incentives to our sports persons. For example, now it's football. You can see they're getting $1 million. We have these ones who go out there to do athletics. They also do well. But if you look at those who have retired, at times you question yourself whether, is it that they don't manage resources personally well, or is it that we don't build their capacity to manage resources, or is it that they are wasteful? Because the kind of figures which are normally mentioned when they win are figures which would turn lives around for the better, not for the worse. But after retirement, there seems to be a problem. So I think the government needs to come up with a program of how to assist them, so that when they're active, and you know normally they would retire when they are young. Sports is not like you and me who are we work up to retirement age. Sports, most of them retire between 30 and 40. At that age, you are retired. So it means you have a long way to live. And unless you are advised well, so that the resources you make between you are 18 and 30, because at times they make huge resources, that you invest well. And as a result of this investment, then you can be able to get your retirement kind of support. I think to me, those are the issues for me. But generally, as a country, the talent is there. It's tapping the talent, which we are not doing well. And I think really our sports ministry needs to be one of our top ministries, because if you look around, sports play two roles. One of them is it generates income for our sports persons, our sportsmen and women. And normally what would happen is that most of these resources are from the international space, so that they're not locally generated. So it's like the assistants even get foreign exchange for the country. The second bit is a very good unifying factor. I tell you, it's only when sports are taking place in this country, when we hardly talk about our tribes, we hardly talk about our political affiliation, because at that time we see ourselves as Kenyan. At times I've watched the kind of excitement when somebody gets a gold in either 10,000 or in 3,000 steeplechase. And you know, normally, if you are in a social place, you see the excitement, and nobody cares about that person who has won that gold, whether it's a Kamba, whether it's a Kalenjin, whether it's a Kikuyu. We see them as Kenyans, which means this is another platform as a country we can actually ride on to unify the country.
Right.
So we should be encouraging more sportsmen and women so that we have many champions out of that. And as a result of that, then Kenyans will feel as more of united country than what we see in other areas like politics and these other things. So generally, I think it's good to have this tournament in our, these championships in our country, Uganda and Tanzania. I also see a good opportunity. You know, now the three countries have been meeting to plan for this. And you see we're having, I don't want to call them serious problems, but small problems, more commercial problems. Like you saw